Hi guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with Joe Bear.
How's it doing? How you doing, everybody?
So we here at Center Stage, we absolutely love our local artists, and we are doing the best that we can to promote people that are not really well known. So I want my fans and the viewers to hear about you. So tell us who you are and what your music is about.
Well, I'm a country rock artist. I got a single out to radio that's actually on a CMG Nashville label. We just basically hit #1 about 10 days ago on a country blast radio chart. And we are nominated for 4 awards. I'll be down in Nashville September 27th for the award show. Got 4 nominations, and I'm performing my single "Beyond the Back Roads" at it. Man, we just been this last summer running around a lot of different states. I'm up in New York, actually. I live up this way, and over the summer, I think we were in about 8 to 10 different states. We were open for Tim McGraw in Wisconsin at the Country USA Festival.
Oh, that's awesome! How was that?
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was a huge stage. Neal McCoy was on the bill with us and Tim and Josh Thompson and a band called Chase and Mason. So there was 5 of us the last night of the festival. It's a 5-day festival.
Right.
And he headlined the last night of it, and we were fortunate enough to be part of it.
That's amazing. Now, when you first started out in music, was this something you had a childhood dream of, or was this something that happened, later on in life? You just decided to pick up an instrument.
No, this was kind of brewing in me from day one. I mean, my parents were big. My mother was a huge Elvis fan, and my father and mother were both big into like the outlaw country guys. Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson was always playing in my house. Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, all these guys. The records were always spinning. So, but as a kid, I think I don't remember, but my parents used to have a bunch of friends over, and they'd play cards and drink beer and stuff like that. And I had 2 older sisters, but they were actually to the point where they were out dating, and I'm like this 8-year-old, 7-year-old kid and hanging around the house and with nobody to play with. So I started really liking Elvis and stuff. So I used to do I think I was about 7 years old, and when they were playing cards, I was like their entertainment. I would go and I'd use my bathrobe as like a cape, sunglasses. And I used to slick my hair back in the bathroom, and I'd put like one of my mom's like scarves on my neck, and then I'd play the introduction to the like the Space Odyssey thing going into C.C. Rider from his live album.
Oh wow!
And I would lip sync this whole thing with a little play microphone, and they used to they'd pass the cup around the table. And I'd make a couple of dollars from them, and everybody clapped. I'd throw my mom a scarf, and then the show was over. But
oh my gosh, you went all out! You went all out.
Oh man, I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know. The outfit wasn't that. It wasn't nothing like Elvis's capes with all the glitter and the jewels on it.
Right.
It was a light blue bathrobe that I thought was pretty hip.
That, you know what, I bet those are some of the best memories for your mom, your mom and the friends and everybody that were over. That must have just been great.
There was just so many. I grew up in Illinois. I was born and raised there, and went through high school and stuff like that there, and there was just some great memories growing up. I mean, they signed me up for guitar lessons when I was 12 after I started. I was doing my little Elvis impression there at 7, and then I think my mom at one point, I had music blasting in my bedroom, and she was trying to call me to dinner, and I didn't hear her, so she actually opened the door, and she caught me jumping off the bed with a tennis racket, and I was listening to, I borrowed like one of my sister's Aerosmith albums, I think it was at the time. So I was jumping off the bed like playing air guitar, by myself. And so she's like, for my birthday that year, they ended up getting me like a cheap J.C. Penney acoustic and signed me up for guitar lessons, and that was like my gift,
Wow, that was awesome. So they supported you from the very beginning, then, I take it.
They were really, really supportive. I mean, my mother especially, my dad and I, I got to the point through high school and stuff. I grew, I was in a like a hair band, and I was in LA for a while playing that whole scene when I was younger. But when I grew my hair out and started, got earrings and stuff like that, my father kind of like wasn't so supportive anymore, because he's like a true blue collar factory worker man, and just like a, I was the only boy. He had 2 girls and a boy, and after this, he was like, oh man, he was he wasn't very happy for a while, but we made amends.
Well, that's definitely good. Now, so you said you're living in New York.
In New York.
Has that impacted your playing country rock successfully there, or no? Have you found that it's pretty easy? Because I think most viewers or most listeners are gonna think New York, there's not a whole lot of country music there. I just was talking to another artist named Nikki Breyer, who's really super busy in New York, and it's just mind-blowing to me that there's a huge demand for it in New York. I mean, so is there, or is it difficult for you?
It is. There's a huge demand out here. I mean, we work, when we're not on the road doing, like I say, we were in Wisconsin, Illinois, Toby Keith in Virginia, Nashville for CMA Fan Fest this year, and North Carolina, all these kind of places. We do a ton of work around here.
Right.
There's a ton of country music fans around here. There's a lot of concerts coming through here every year. I mean, we keep busy through the summer. We start slowing down, once there's a lot of outdoor things that happen in the summer, beach huts and stuff on the water around here.
Okay.
And it kind of slows down a little bit once these outdoor venues and stuff kind of close up for the summer. But I mean, heck, like this week, for instance, I'm in town and we're playing Friday night, and I'm doing 3 shows this Saturday in 3 different locations. We're doing a gig 12:30 in the afternoon, and then we're doing a music festival in another town, 30 minutes away from the first one at 7 o'clock, and then 2 blocks down from that, we're doing an indoor venue at 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, the work is definitely here.
I'm like, that's a busy day.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, yeah, and I was just talking to some other people, about their schedules, and it amazes me how much you guys can accomplish, and it's just, I got to give you all credit. That's a lot of hard work, doing that many shows in one day, and the travel alone, and just, how do you find time for yourself during those busy times?
Well, it is tough. I mean, I'm kind of to the point and fortunate enough now where I'm able to kind of, during the week and during the daytime, basically, I'm home writing and recording, and got a couple of studio sessions, singing on some demos for some people and stuff. So I mean, I keep busy with that as well. But I also have, the morning and usually the early part of the afternoon where I can kind of, chillax a little bit and get ready for the evening and all that kind of fun stuff as well. So yeah, this Saturday is going to be a little nutty, so I'm going to have to make sure I get my sleep on like Thursday.
Definitely. Now, when you're doing the shows, like the bigger venues, like what you just did with Tim McGraw, and you're opening for people, is there any artist that you are just dying to work with? Because so many of the people that I talk to, they always have that one person that they just really want to, write or record with. And so is there anybody that does that for you, that you just have to meet and work with?
One that I would love to would be Toby Keith, for sure. I mean, I just would love to hang out with him and have a couple of cold beers and actually do some shows with him. He seems like a fun guy to be around.
Right.
I've always admired his music and stuff like that. I've been a fan for a long time. And probably Blake Shelton would be another one just to definitely hang around with, just because he seems like a riot.
I bet the shenanigans that would happen would be just absolutely incredible.
That's what it seems like, yeah. So.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, actually, when you were talking about Neal McCoy. I have seen Neal McCoy. That man is crazy funny, and he knows how to have a good time, and he's just hysterical. So did you have any of those fun moments with him when you were there?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, everybody was kind it's kind of a whirlwind day. Everybody's there early in the morning. We were there at 6 a.m., but we played a gig in my hometown of Illinois the night before, and right when the gig was over, we left in the bus and drove up to Wisconsin, which was about 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We finished the show in Illinois. I went in the bus, fell asleep, and then woke up and we were in Wisconsin. So, but we did a little bit. I was with a couple of guys from Tim's crew actually, and when Neal was on stage, we were kind of standing side stage and trying to mess with him, and crack him up, and all that fun stuff. But he does enough of that by himself. He don't need help.
Right. Yeah. I've heard so many stories about so many things that go on backstage just from people that I'm interviewing that, obviously a lot of it is off the record, but it is hysterical, the things that I have heard. So I can only imagine, and Neal just makes me laugh, but
he's, he's got a heart of gold. I met him one time previous to that. I wasn't playing with him, but I was at a show that he had done, and I was backstage, and he's just a super sweetheart of a guy, and we talked for a long time, and just funny. There is a lot of those other stories and stuff, and we played with Lone Star in Connecticut last summer. They were fun. Chris Young and his band, these guys. We did a show with them, and it was a party fest after we both played.
Right.
They had a dressing room set up outside of our regular dressing rooms kind of thing, and it basically was just a party room with party lights, and he travels around with one of those golf games that you see in the bars with the wheel, you know what I mean?
Oh, how funny.
So he travels around with one of those in a big road case, so they had that thing hooked up backstage, and just a whole table full of different kind of booze, and the band mixing things, and it was like a science project, so everybody was having a good time.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Now, okay, when you're doing music and you're writing music and you're performing, is there ever a time where you just think, man, I wrote this song and I don't want to perform it myself. I wrote it for somebody else. Or is there ever any moments like that where you just really love this song but you don't want to perform it yourself? You want to write it for someone else? Have you ever had that experience?
You know what? I haven't really run across that myself on the stuff that I've written. And, the ones that I have written, we've basically just been performing with my group. I've had a couple of things pitched to me that we're also playing from different writers, but I haven't sat down to write anything and then kind of came, at the end of it and said to myself, oh, this would be good for, Blake or...
Right.
I've never really run into that before. Not that I wouldn't like to, if I, came across something where I thought would be great for someone like that, I would try to pitch it to them, I guess. But I just never really tried that avenue.
I was just curious because, I know that you mentioned you write songs, and I focus a lot of my interviews with people who do songwriting and, to bring attention to it all, because I think there's a lot that goes into writing a song that, a lot of people just don't really think about. They just listen to whoever's singing it and think, oh, they have a great song. So songwriting for me is really, really, really key. And I love to hear what goes on in the writer's brain. I love to know what's going on and, what inspires you to keep writing.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like for me, like anything can trigger that creative part of it. And it's just, it could happen anytime, anywhere. It's kind of, I've, woke up at 2, 3 in the morning, which is, when I'm sleeping, and just had a lyrical idea or whatever. And I used to, at one point, I had those little digital recorders before the cell phones were like, you could do everything on a cell phone. And if I woke up in the middle of the night with like a melody line or some kind of idea, I'd say it or sing it or whatever into this little recorder, so I don't forget it when I wake up.
Oh, that's really smart.
But, it's just one of those things. I wrote a song called Hello Sunshine, Goodbye Rain that I wrote when I was in my house. I was playing guitar, watching TV, and it was pouring rain. It was like a monsoon outside.
Oh, wow.
And I had stuff, I wanted to do outside. I needed to mow the lawn. I needed to garden. I needed to take care of things. And love that kind of stuff, and I couldn't get out to do any of it, obviously, because it was like a, I mean, you needed a boat to go outside of that particular day. But I saw one of those commercials come on TV, like it was like a beer commercial, and it's got the fan and the hammock.
Right.
And so I'm looking at the TV, this commercial, I'm looking outside, I'm looking at the TV, and I just came up with this thing, I want to be where the hammock and all that stuff is, obviously. So I just wrote this thing called "Hello Sunshine, Goodbye Rain," and I mean, that triggered a whole dang song right there, just that moment.
Well, that's pretty great. I love stories like that. How awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
if there's any piece of advice that you could give to any of the, the newcomers that are, trying to find their place in the music world, what would you tell them?
Well, I would say stay true to yourself. Never give up, no matter what anybody's telling you. I mean, listen, there's a lot of people that, I know people that are stars now. A couple of them actually that got shut down in Nashville 3 or 4 times. They basically kind of had the door shut in their face, and today they're huge. It's never give up on your dreams. Stay true to yourself. A lot of hard work. I personally, for me, I just love to do it. So wherever it takes me, it takes me. But we're constantly, my manager, myself, my band, and then people involved, and my crew and all that. We're constantly, every day, somebody's working. I'm working songs. I'm working connections. We're making, there's always something to do. There's always something to try to get you a little bit further.
That's great. That's great.
A lot of hard work, dedication, and just staying true to yourself. Don't give up your dreams.
Well, yeah, because this music industry can be brutal. I mean, I've seen it, firsthand. And so I got to ask you a question, because I love to ask crazy questions.
Sure.
How do you feel about the music reality shows like, American Idol and The Voice and things like that?
Well, I think they're great platforms for people. I mean, they've definitely kicked off some major careers for people like Carrie Underwood and Kelly Clarkson, and I mean, there's been so many people that have done well off of those shows. I think
absolutely.
I think it's absolutely awesome. I really like The Voice a lot.
That one's I have to say that one's my favorite.
It's my favorite.
I love their philosophy behind it, how they're all turned, their backs are turned, so they're not judging anybody based on looks initially. And it's all about the voice. So I do absolutely love that. But I wanted to ask that question because I've just recently, in talking to different people around Nashville, where I'm at right now, I've heard some mixed reviews, and I was kind of surprised by that. So I just thought I'd throw that question out there for you. But
I'd be pretty surprised by that too, because I mean it's basically kind of an open call to say, hey, if you think you got something to deliver, I mean, here's your chance to kind of do it.
Right.
I think it's a great idea, and obviously their Voice is still kicking around. American Idol, I heard, was canceled now, but
this is their last season, I believe. So which I know a lot of people will be really sad over. I know that's had a huge following for a long time, but maybe something new will step in. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, you never do. Okay, so how can fans get in touch with you? What's the best way for them to look you up and find out where you're going to be and find out how to they can download your music, I assume. So what's the best way they do all of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the new single and stuff's on Rhapsody, iTunes, all that stuff for download. Beyond the Backroads is the name of the song.
Okay.
And you can also check us out at the Joe Bear Band Facebook page. Make sure you give us a like on there. If anybody goes to visit, we do appreciate it.
Awesome. And I'll make sure I post all of your links, whatever your links are that you have sent to me already. I will make sure that we post them to your interview here. So.
Oh, great. Thank you.
It'll be up on the website.
Great, thanks. And then the website, joebearband.com.
Perfect.
that has the scheduling, and there's there's a little bit of video clips and bios and all that fun stuff on there as well. There's usually a little like the news, a little updated things on there and what we're up to and stuff like that as well. And the Facebook page actually between the two of those. We're on Instagram, all that stuff. We just kind of kick that thing off.
Oh, perfect.
And Twitter and all that fun stuff as well too. So,
okay, great.
We appreciate everybody kind of coming around, and we'd love to see everybody out at shows. I mean, that's where we have our. Fun.
That's what we're here to do here at Center Stage. We're here to promote you and put all of your links up for everybody, and it's going to be pretty big, and we're hoping to help you out the best that we can as well. And on behalf of everybody here at Center Stage, I thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, because it's just music is so important, and I think that the people that are not top 40 really need to be heard and known about, because there's so much talent that people are missing every day by just listening to the radio. Sirius XM is becoming really huge, and there's a lot of great talent there as well. So best of luck to you, and we're going to keep watching you, and we'll stay in touch. And when new things happen, let us know, and we'll definitely promote it for you.
Well, we do really appreciate you taking the time as well to talk to me, and we wish you the best of luck, and we'll send everybody I can toward your page and everything as well. And
absolutely.
And we'll hope to see you when we're down in Nashville.
Absolutely. You never know. Just stay in touch with us, and as soon as we can do an on-camera interview, we absolutely will. I think the fans will get a kick out of that too. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm down there this September 25th through the 27th. So I think you said you were going to be out of town or something.
I'll be back in California. So.
Well, next time.
next time for sure. Next time for sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great night, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.